I feel like these giant code orange earrings are wildly appropriate for this video. Hello everyone, my name is Hilde and welcome back to my channel. I knitted a pumpkin hat. It's a lot of knitting again this week. But yeah, so I made like this sort of pumpkin beret, and the thing is, in the intro you can see this little clip of Kiwi-chan wearing a pumpkin beret. I will insert a bit here as well. And it's just one of those little pumpkins that I knit. I showed one in my last video, but I'll get one. They're everywhere around the house, so easy to find. But yeah, so these guys, and basically, it's legit this one. I had this and it wasn't filled up. It was just literally the pumpkin without stuffing. And I was like, if this is like a tiny beret to put on a cat's head, then surely I can knit an actual human-sized pumpkin beret. And so that's what I tried to do. I would say this is like 95% successful. I did a 2-row seat stitch. And when I knit this again, I will definitely do like a 4 to 6 row, which is also going to be ribbing. And now the biggest problem that this hat has is the yarn. I used Veritas Apilou Big, double knitted, and this is supposedly a number 9. Again, all my numbering for needles is the European one. I don't know what the US one is. I do apologize. So I knitted it on a double strand on a number 9 needle and then switched to a 12. And you know, it should have been fine, but it's just so floppy. But yeah, it is mostly beret shaped. So I got it mostly right, but then it kind of failed because the yarn just doesn't work the way it should. It's super, super floppy. But at least it was a good attempt and it's still wearable. So there's that. And for the stem, I used 2 colors of Scheepjes Chunky Monkey, my beloved Chunky Monkey, and 1 strand of their Twinkle, the brown with copper, because it's like 3 browns in total. I forgot what the number is. I will have it up on screen if I can find it. But yeah, so it's both tawny and chocolate to give it more dimension. But yeah, when I knit this again, I will be knitting it in several strands of Chunky Monkey, which at least is reliable. So there is that. I did consider adding leaves to the beret, so I knitted a whole bunch of leaves and I tried blocking them. And when that failed, I must be doing something wrong. I decided to just knit another leaf and just, you know, sew them together and have a solid leaf that way. So I have 3 sizes of the same leaf. They're very cute. But when I attached them to my hat, I attached the 2 smaller ones. I thought this was a bit too big. It not only became very heavy and just pulled nearly off my head because this Apilou Big is completely useless. Like seriously, if you love knitting with acrylic yarn and you live in Belgium, do not buy the Veritas Apilou. I mean, unless you're just like knitting a strand in with other acrylic yarns or other yarns full stop that aren't rubbish, just stay away from the Apilou. It's just, I will never purchase any Apilou again, ever. It's just, the quality compared to Scheepjes' Color Crafter and Chunky Monkey is worthless. Compared even to Sagenmeier No Mota's Bravo, again, this is just inferior. And even Zeeman's Royal is better and more sturdy and not as floppy. And it's just kind of like falls apart. It fizzes up, you know, it fluffs out of itself. The strands, the plies come undone, and you end up with like lots of little bits like this. Don't know how well it focuses on it, but you know, you can see that it pulls out like that. And this is just from wearing it. Let's see if I can focus on it. Yeah, so this is really not worth the money. I have a lot of like standard orange Apilou left. This is the non-big, just the standard Apilou. And it's all right for knitting pumpkins for the cats, and that's pretty much it. So that's probably what that is gonna get used up on. But yeah, I do like the hat, but I would love it if I had just knitted in Chunky Monkey. But you know, live and learn. It was an experiment, and yeah, I'm glad I tried something new. So there is that. If I get it properly done, would people be interested in like a knit-along video where I like film the entire process from the start, so that if other people want to knit it, they can do so as well? Would that be interesting to you guys? So leave your answer in the comments below. And now let's see if I can put this guy on again in a slightly flattering way. Okay, so next project. I just casted this on today because I got some yarn in the mail, and I will show you all the yarn when I'm done talking about what I've been knitting. And this, it's not even in the round yet. It's literally the 77 stitches I need to start the project. And I'm going to make myself, what is it called? A balaclava? You know, the ones that go over your head. And this is kind of like the lazy, easy balaclava. I found it in my old Learning How to Knit Fil book. And I was very pleasantly surprised, because it's just basically a cowl you can pull over your head. And I'm sure that goes for a lot of cowls, but this is kind of like the lazy person balaclava when you want to knit like just like the hood, or, you know, the hooded hats, or the balaclavas, whatever you want to call them. But without like the ribbing detail anywhere, because I've never done that. And I think I want to knit a debardurke first, like the sweater vest I've been talking about for like the 3rd week in a row. But first, before we get back to that one, I am nearly finished with my Fable knitwear headwig top, but then bigger and wooler, because the normal pattern, well, the actual pattern is for a cotton yarn, but I'm knitting it in a acrylic and wool. And yeah, I just need to finish this strap and then block it properly and attach the straps, and it'll be more of a sweater vest than actual headwig top, but I'm totally okay with that. That's what I set out to do. I'm on my 3rd skein of Pavon. I hope I will have enough to finish it up, because I have 3 more skeins, and whatever I don't use, I can return to Veritas. And nobody should worry, because if this ends up sliding off, there's a safety pin in the strap. So even if this falls out, I will not be suffering escaping yarn. I've thought that far ahead at least. And then the debardurke, I've been working on the sweater vest also for like the 3rd week in a row. There's not that much progress. I actually dread the moment where I have to pick up the stitches around the arms to make the border stitch, because as you can see, I hope you can see, I hope it focuses on it, this is practically impossible to see the stitches on this yarn because it's so dark and so fluffy. So I may have caused inadvertent drama for myself, and I hope my neighbor Jessie will be so kind to help me out, or otherwise Els or Diane from Walrus. I hope somebody will be kind enough to help me out, because I've never done it, and then I started doing it on the most impossible yarn. But yeah, so I want to show this to you guys. Look at the wire of my circular needles. These are like the shorter ones, because the only other 7s I have are on my debardurke. So I'm using the shorties on this. But look at how fun! It's like neon yellow, greenish yellow. It's kind of like a Scooby-Doo wire, you know? Who remembers those from childhood? I used to make so many Scooby-Doo, you know, the plastic tubey threads that you could make keychains and whatnot with in like macrame style. I had so much fun with those as a kid. I kind of, every time I see it, secretly want to get back into them, but then I'm like, what would I do with them? And now, let me show you guys the yarn I got. I ordered this on filomena.be because Walrus sadly does not carry Fildar, much to my regret. First, this is the yarn I'm knitting the cowl hood thing with. This is Fil Douce. And this is in the colorway Cappuccino, and it's super, super fluffy. Now, this is kind of the same thing as Scheepjes' Sweetheart Soft. I'm not sure if they have the same needle value, but I think they do. I'm not 100% on it, but yeah. So it's super soft, it's super cute. I'm not sure if this is the right color for my face and my hair. It looked darker online, but I have it, so I'm using it. And if it all fails, I will give this to a friend and then buy some lovely Sweetheart Soft and knit the project again. So there is that. Then I have some more Fil Light. And you've seen this 2 videos ago when I had that giant kind of lace web scarf that was knitted in this, but now I'm going to knit a sweater out of it, the Filar Pulmin I talked about last week. So I have 2 skeins left, and now I bought 3 extra, so I'll definitely have enough skeins because there's loads on here. Like, what is the skein? It is 50 grams and it is plus minus 287 meters or 313 yards. So loads of yardage. So that's great. And then finally, I have this Katja Lino, which is also a yarn that isn't sold at Walrus. I did inquire about it, but I don't carry Katja. So I got this in Mike Wazowski green. The actual green is called Pistachio, but I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna knit a Fable knitwear headwig top in Mike Wazowski green. And the headwig top is knitting cotton according to the pattern, but I feel like linen versus cotton, would there be like such a huge difference? I don't know. I'm gonna give it a go. I mean, I've done it on like a completely different thing to start with anyway, so why not give it another go? Also, I know this isn't my usual color, but come on, Mike Wazowski green. I love Mike Wazowski. Monsters University is one of my all-time favorite movies. A big fan of both Mike and Sully, and most of Uzma Kappa. I have an Uzma Kappa tattoo. Not sure how well it shows up, but here it is. The Uzma Kappa logo. So yeah. I'm going to give it a go. I have 3 skeins of this. It should be enough because I did ask Helene of, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Helene of Fable Knitwear's, I sent her an email asking how much yardage there was on the cotton she used for the pattern, and it was, I believe, 95 meters on a 500 gram skein, and this is 150 if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, so this is a lot more yardage than the original pattern. So I figured that seeing that it's 3 skeins of 95 meter and now I have 3 skeins of 150, I should have more than enough. And another reason I wanted to get linen yarn is because I have a couple of linen shirts and dresses and they have to be washed like all the linen together, and I don't have a full load and that kind of annoys me. So I'm figuring like if I knit some more linen tops, I will have a full load of laundry. I mean, it might take me a while to fill the hamper, the linen hamper, but rather that than run like loads that aren't full and waste a lot of water that way. So yeah, that's the plan. Trying to be a little bit ecologically responsible. And yeah, that was it for this week. And it's I think not as long as my other videos were, but that's all right. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing my small update. Next week, there might be another pumpkin hat. I don't know yet. The headwig top is probably gonna be finished. The cowl hood thing probably also. And I'm going to start knitting a cat-eared hat for my friend Aurore. I've ordered the yarn. I still have to order the pattern of Etsy. But I've ordered the yarn and I'm going to pick it up later this week. So I can start on it and I will at least be able to show you progress and maybe even a finished hat. So yeah, there will be cats somewhere in this video, undoubtedly. And yeah, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to stick around for more knitting and other shenanigans. I do other things. And once I have a little bit more time, I will be filming a lot of flip throughs and other things as well. But yeah, time. I need more of it. Maybe I should knit a little bit less and make a little bit more time for YouTube. But yeah, anyway, before I start babbling again, hit that notification bell, because if you don't, YouTube will not notify you at all if I've uploaded a new video. And if you hit it, hopefully it will. Wouldn't that be grand? Yeah, that's it for this week. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!